What's good, everybody? It's Jordanplayspickle back at it again with another video. I'm excited to talk to you guys. I feel that every time I make a video, we always have such a great conversation afterwards. So I'm excited to be back with another video that is a little bit impromptu, but I think is one that will kind of mend this gap of lull in between now and this big season that April and May will be. If you are keeping up at all with the pickleball world, you know that April and May are slotted to be some of the biggest paddle releases probably this year. And there's some paddles I know about and I'm very, very excited for. One of which that's coming out very soon that's been released officially is the Shogun by Bread and Butter. This is just a side thing. Doug, if you're watching this, please give me one of those. Send one my way. I want to review that paddle so bad. I think it's the best looking paddle I have probably ever seen, and I would have said the Loco was the best looking paddle I had seen to this point. So yeah, little side plug there for Bread and Butter. They're a great company, but there's a lot of paddles coming out, some of which I know about, some of which I don't. And so before all of those releases happen and the inevitable reviews come, I just wanted to update you a little bit with how I'm feeling about my current paddle situation. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that my current paddle has been the, I said this wrong, very, very wrong last time, so I'm gonna try my best here, the Warachi or Harache X Control Plus. I love this paddle. I think it's great, and I especially liked the long handle and shape of this paddle. It really did feel like you had a great two-handed backhand. It has carbon fiber as well as fiberglass in the face construction, so there's a lot of things to love about this paddle, and I've been using it pretty faithfully for the last month and a half, and I've really, really enjoyed getting to use this paddle, and I still think this is one of my top paddles, probably my favorite elongated paddle with this kind of size and shape from the Gen 2 movement of carbon fiber paddle. So all that to say, 11.624 knocked it out of the park with this paddle. I think it looks great. I think it feels great. You can see that I've done a little bit of customization here with lead just to add some stability. And I once again have changed that grip. So if anyone's curious about this grip, this is a Super Grip by Yonex. I think this paddle is great, and I've been using it for a while, but I've actually switched paddles even though I love this. And there's only really one big reason why, and it's that the paddle that I switched to and the paddle that I've used before, and if you read the title, you already know what paddle it is one that I couldn't get away from how different it felt than other paddles I'd used and how I kind of missed that feeling. And that, of course, is the Gearbox Pro Elongated. I will stipulate, I'm hopeful, and it sounds like it's gonna happen in this next wave of paddles, that there will be other paddles that feel like this. This paddle's a little bit different than a lot of the other paddles on the market. If we look back at the 11.624, the Harache X, and all of the other Gen 2 paddles, we know that they have a construction of foam along the perimeter, polypropylene or something similar core, and then a heated mold that would kind of ensure a larger sweet spot, a lot of power, and a good feeling, although a little stiff for the paddle. The Gearbox Pro Power Elongated, and as well as their control line, are built a little bit differently. I saw this online, and I'm gonna try to include a picture of this paddle cut in half, and you can really see how it's different. Where those paddles have that polypropylene core and then the foam around the edge, these paddles have a different construction where there's a lot of that foam in the middle. And it's hard to describe if you haven't hit with this paddle, but it really does give you different feedback for different kind of shots. For your shots from the baseline, or you're swinging through a lot, you feel a lot of power and you feel a lot of pop. And as you get closer and you maybe are dinking more, you feel a lot of that energy stay in that spot in the paddle. So, well, it takes forever. Like, honestly, it takes a long time to get used to. Once you get used to it, you have a feeling of this paddle that is unlike anything else on the market right now. And I want to stipulate right now, because if you're watching this video even 2 weeks from today, that may no longer be the case. But because of that, I've really felt myself playing with, when I played with the Harache, I've really felt myself kind of wishing I was playing with this paddle, just because once I got used to it, I really enjoyed it. I felt like I could disguise shots a lot better and use more power than my wrist might indicate, as well as the sound. Man, I don't have a pickleball on me, but the sound of this paddle, it's really deep and hollow, kind of like the thock of a really nice keyboard, if I have any keyboard enthusiasts in the group. So it disguises how hard you're hitting the ball, and that paired with smaller wrist movements necessary really gives you a little bit of deception that I haven't been able to replicate with other paddles. The third thing I want to mention, and this is something we talked about even in the original review, is that there definitely is a break-in period with this paddle. Now, I thought I had hit it when I made the original review, and I think I did to a degree, because it definitely played slower when I first got it than when I had made that review. However, I feel that it plays even faster at this point, and I feel that a lot of the shots are more consistent. Now, all that to say, do I recommend this paddle? I'm gonna go with probably not right now if you don't have it. One, this paddle is super expensive. It's over $250. I can't remember exactly how much. It might be over $300. Pause.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back. It's $275 for this paddle, which is a lot of money. It is not cheap by any stretch, and it is not necessary in any stretch either. It's just something that I like and really wanted to try out at the time. So the first thing is that this paddle is expensive. The second thing is that this paddle has a lot of negative feedback on it when you look at customer service and construction. I'm very fortunate that I have not had any issues with this paddle, but I know a lot of people saying they've had peeling on their edges, they've had issues in the face, and they've had bad experiences with Gearbox trying to get these claims met. And I'm fortunate that I haven't had any of these, but I also think that part of it is protection of the paddle right away. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but I have edge tape that I got from the Pickleball Effects Amazon page that's really helped protect that edge, and I think it's been part of the reason why I haven't had the same issues a lot of other people have had with this paddle. So the first thing is price. The second thing is potential issues with construction and customer service, and the third thing is the timing. Once again, there's a bunch of paddles coming out, some of which I've heard little bits and pieces about, and some of which I really don't have much of a clue about. But I do know that Yola has a 3rd gen paddle coming out that's supposed to hit like a tank. I know that Bread and Butter has the Shogun, which is going to be a more powerful version of their existing paddle lineup, and it looks incredible. So if you're going for looks, just get that paddle. I don't even have to review it, but hopefully I'll get to review it. I know that a lot of other companies are ramping up. I know there's been some Kevlar mixes in there. I know Spartus is another company that has a new Kevlar kind of Mach 2 shaped paddle that is available now. And then there's a paddle, man, I'm struggling to remember the company, but it's called the Kinetic, that looks amazing as well. So there's a lot of paddles already out. There's a lot of paddles that are coming soon, and there's a lot of paddles I don't even know about. So would I say buy the most expensive paddle on the market right now with all these other paddles coming out? Absolutely not. But if you can find this paddle used, or if you can find this from a friend who didn't like how it felt, and you can find it for a good deal, do I recommend this paddle? Yeah, it's great. It feels great. It wasn't banned like everyone thought it might be. It's still just as controversial as it ever was, but it hits like a tank, it feels good, and it gives you a experience that is unlike any other paddle that I've ever used. All that to say, hit one before you buy it, you know? I think that's the best situation for most paddles. If you have the opportunity to hit them, give them a run, do it. Take advantage of that. Ask a friend. If you see me with this paddle, or if you see me on the courts, because I play around here in the Phoenix Mesa area, just say, hey, do you have that paddle with you? Let me try it out. I just wanted to update you guys. I'm back with the Gearbox. I still really like this paddle, but I am excited to see what's next for Jordan Pickle, for this channel, and for this community of pickleball people. Once again, guys, I'm grateful for you engaging in this video. This is kind of impromptu. It's definitely filling a little bit of a gap that we have here in this season of waiting, but we have reviews coming for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I am going to review the Shogun if I can manage to get my hands on it. The Yola paddle, I'm gonna probably have to pay a premium, but I'm gonna try to get my hands on that, and at least one of the other new paddles that are coming out. So look forward to those reviews. Look forward to other reviews that maybe I haven't seen coming yet, and we're gonna be having a good time. As we move into summer, I just hope that this is a good time for you to engage in some pickleball content, to find the paddle that fits you, and a time where you feel encouraged to play like you haven't played before, to enter tournaments, and to be involved in this amazing community. All that to say, Jordan Pickle out. I'll catch you in the next one.